Awesome. Thank you again to everybody that joined today. My name is Mohammed Bashir, Specification Account Manager here at ATS SpecTool. Today I'm joined by Rebecca Perloro, our Director of Customer Experience. And as part of our ATS University, today we have an exciting session actually. We're going to be talking about what's new with SpecTool. We have a small agenda for you today. We're going to talk about your ATS SpecTool. We're also going to talk about the history of ATS SpecTool and how it started, and then what's new with SpecTool. We're going to give you a demo of the SpecTool as well to show the new categories, new features that we have recently added. Sneak peek into what we have scheduled in the future as well. And our ATS team here that's always available to assist you with your spec request and next steps as well. And as Rebecca mentioned, if you have any questions at any point, please add them in the chat option, and we'll stop to answer your questions for you.
Right.
With that being said, so over 55 years of experience for ATS SpecTool. Started way back in 1969 when Lou Petro was trying to assist manufacturer get specified, and also trying to assist mechanical engineers find the appropriate products for their projects, finding products from different manufacturers that fit together, and making sure everything is up to date and code compliant as well. That's why I always keep this on my desk just to show how we started. I know with the blurry background, it's kind of hard to see, but this moved into an online tool in 2007. And we have been basically updating and making improvement to this tool, the online tool, with feedback from the engineering community. In 2015, we launched Project Tracker for wholesales quotation tool. Rebecca later on is also going to show how some of the features in that tool is able to improve the spec process for all mechanical engineers as well. In 2020, we launched the ATS SpecTool 3.0 with faster service and more products as well. And then in 2022, we started our AI-powered automated quotation platform. Today, we have over 125,000 users and 150 employees supporting all those users. So today, again, just with your help as an ATS SpecTool user for 2025, we have over 7,000 projects specified on the tool, over 120,000 products that have been specified so far. And of those products, more than 80% have a Revit file available for you. Now, I do want to add here, if you need any Revit file and you don't find it, it's part of that 18%, we're more than happy to build that product for you. You can always reach out to your account manager, and we will build it for you, even if it's not available. Next slide. Now, with just the basic of ATS SpecTool, just to give you a quick refresher. ATS SpecTool is known for being providing with code compliant recommendations. Two things that we always try to do: so product rule, engine rule, and a build code engine rule. So that's why one of the first questions we always ask you is where the project is located and the application as well. We ask you about the name of the project or the address. We try to make sure every selection that we recommend is building code compliance, and also all the products also fit together and match together as well. We have over 100,000 of products available from all different manufacturers available for your selections. You can create it as part of a project or even master specification. We're going to talk about masters also a little bit later on in this presentation. And we're always available for you to assist you. You have your account manager. You have your spec writer. We have a chat option as well available to help you with finding the appropriate product for your project. And with that being said, I actually want to start a small poll here for you.
Wrong one.
So that we can get a little idea also about your process and your selections as well.
Wrong one.
Sorry, I believe I started the wrong one here.
Wrong one.
Again, which one did you want? Sorry.
Do you use SpecTool?
All right, let's see if you actually do use SpecTool so that we can tailor this even more toward the audience for today.
So some of our partners that we will feature in today's presentation are some new manufacturers that we have. From a, I'm going to go down the divisions from a division 10 standpoint, and 21. We have some new fire protection products in Williams Brother and Strike First. We also have some new valve options from Mueller Steam and Crane. And we also have some HVAC products from Firstco and New Air. And we'll also be talking a little bit about pipe in Charlotte Pipe, Great Lakes, and Blucher.
And I think it's exciting. I'm excited to show the piping category today, just to show how the different ways to select all the different standards that we have added to the tool to help you with those selections as well.
So let's get right into it.
So one of the newest categories that we have added is for fire protections. When it comes to adding fire extinguishers and fire cabinets, we've added filters to help you with the selections based on the classifications, and we also help coordinate the cabinet as well, and also the fire hose and the valve, both for indoor and outdoor selection. And here's just a quick demo here to show you how those selections are made, and also the filters on the left side to help you narrow down the selections as well. And this goes back to my earlier point on the building code engine rule and the product rule as well. Now, I also wanted to know in terms of the fire protections and your selections, I do have a small poll here as well, just to get an idea of how often you're using it, how often you're specifying it as well. The next step here is piping that Rebecca just mentioned. So we've added a new category for pipe to make sure that we're helping you specifying the appropriate product. There's a lot of different options. There's pipe fittings, there's identifications for piping and equipment. We've also added piping supports and restraints and ball valves. And now all of this will be launched, interesting date, on October 31st on I guess on Halloween. So it won't be it will be an actual category that will be added, just so that when you log in on that day, you don't think it's not what it's supposed to be.
That's supposed to scare you.
Yeah. Let me see. So with that being said, there's also another poll here when it comes to piping specifications. We wanted to get an idea of the manufacturer that your firm is currently specifying, or if you don't specify them at all. Do you care about the standard, or do you specify specific brands, basically? Again, just introducing new categories that we have added to the tool as well. We have more heating and ventilations options available. We have added new air for residential and light commercials and commercial ventilators. We've also added heat pump with electric heating. You have cool pack heat pumps with inverters from Firstco that can be installed in closet or mechanical rooms or an exterior wall, so that you're using as minimum floor space as possible, basically, in your project. And this is all available on a SpecTool. You can see it here on a small demo that we're showing on the side here in terms of making those selections. But our team is always available as well with any requests you have. We can jump on a call with you, or we can have the Spec team build it for you. Part of the improvements is that now we've added links to water heating sizing tools. We also from A.O. Smith to help you with your selections. We've also have a link for Zoller submersible pumps as well, a sizing tool. So as part of helping you with improving that selection, we've added those links directly to the tool. Little preview to what's happening next. Those tools will be embedded in the tool as well, so that you can make this. You can enter all your parameters and requirements in the sizing tool. You get your selections, and you can add it to your project directly without having to leave the spec tool. No. Quick access drawers. It's a cool way to add products from ATS templates or from your ATS master that we have built specifically for your office. So it's a quick way to just add products quickly to your projects that have already been pre-selected. The cool way also, if you can see here, some of them are pinned as favorite. So it will be easier for you to find them and drag them. So if you have a product that you're selecting often and you find yourself specifying on pretty much all your projects, let's say, for example, a floor drain, you can pin it as a favorite. And whenever you need it, you just open the quick access drawer and you can drag it over to your project and it will be added.
Thanks, Mo. And from the engineers that you've presented this to, this is the #1 feature that they're using?
Absolutely. This is a very popular feature because now it just not only streamlined the process for them, but also as soon as you so the master feature, it's already for a firm, it's their products, their label, and now just a quick way to drag it over and add it to the product.
Is this me now?
This is you. This is the most awaited feature for the day. This is the highlight.
All right. So thanks, Mo. I will start off with kind of giving you a little promo video of what we're going to talk about.
Basis of design. But sourcing reliable alternatives, that's where the real challenge begins. Now, there's a better way. Introducing SpecAssist. Simply select your basis of design, and our system instantly specifies the best recommended alternatives for your project needs. Eliminate manual cross-referencing and ensure a complete and accurate spec every time. Ready to save hours on every project? Log in and flip the switch today.
So that's right. I'm here to talk a little bit about SpecAssist. And I need to start with where we started. So when Mo was going through our history, he talked about us starting this little software solution called Project Tracker, which is now called Auto-Quote, which is a tool for the Division 22 wholesalers in both the Canadian and US market. And the reason that we started that in 2015, so 10 years ago, was for us to fully understand how your specifications as an engineer were hitting the wholesaler's desk and how we could help improve their process to quote. And in reviewing all of your construction documents, some of the things that we realized that we needed to improve on our spec tool was we needed more customization on our outputs. So on that written specification, on that schedule, we realized that we needed more products. So fire protection, HVAC, piping, and that almost every single job, you always added an alternative. And we wanted to make sure that with this data that we had, that we were able to support our engineers so that they would get more value out of the ATS spec tool. And that's where this concept of SpecAssist came out. We were using so what we've done is we've used the cross-reference data from the wholesalers that are quoting your jobs in order to generate alternatives for our ATS spec tool. So what is SpecAssist? SpecAssist is a new option that you have as either the principal at an engineering firm, maybe the manager for the plumbing department or the mechanical department, so that you can determine what are the alternative brands that you want listed on your specifications. So you choose in your organization who should own that, setting that up. And literally what you do is go through different categories. You choose where you want to, what products you want to have alternatives for, and you enter in the manufacturer. That's the process that the engineer, whoever, again, that principal, department head would manage. And then in the background, what ATS is doing is we're going to make sure that the alternatives populate based off of your preference. Ideally, we're going to always provide a model number to that specific basis of design, because we also understand that if you leave your alternatives too open-ended, there's an opportunity for another product to go into the building that's not quite the same as what you designed and doesn't have that same design intent or functionality. So the way that it works is you have, you're given permission to set this up, or you say, I want to have access to this. The first thing that you decide is when you want alternatives to appear. So do you want it on all your projects? Do you want it on what's known as quick specs or product specs? And do you want it on the masters that your office is generating? If you are a larger engineering firm and you have multiple offices, you can set up preferences specific to your office. So Ontario might have something different than BC, or somebody in Florida might have something different than Georgia. And you can set it up for each office, or it's something that would be company-wide. From there, you choose the category, you put in your preferences, and then every single time somebody on your team builds a specification, when they go ahead and download either the anything that's word-based, so your long spec, your short spec, or your CSI, you're going to see the alternatives automatically added. So to give you an idea, because of the other side and what we do for our wholesale platform, we have access to over 600 different manufacturers, and we have over 350,000 crosses for the products that you're already specifying today. Now, what you'll see is when we provide alternatives, we're going to give you the reason why we think it's a good alternative. We're going to say it's because it functions the same way, because it has the same aesthetics, because it has the same finish, or it's because the manufacturer is telling us that those two products are equivalent. ATS today has certain manufacturers that we've partnered with to help round out that library of alternatives. But the truth is, you are able to choose whatever alternatives you want for any single brand. I have a so what I'm going to do is I'm going to.
So before we go further, I just wanted to jump in quickly here, because we had a question about the brands, and if it's only the products that we support, as we call them, business of design, from Jeff. And I wanted to answer this to everybody. So it's not just the brands that we support, It's the brands that your office approve. So if you approve of certain brands, let's say for faucets, we're gonna help you with our basis of design from the brands that we support. And then you will tell us what brands your office approve for that faucet. If we have a model number available, that model number will always be added to that selection as an alternative. And then any brand else will also be listed as well. And that you'll see that also on the demo that Rebecca will do shortly.
Let me just bring this over. Mo, you can see SpecTool, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So when you're logged into your account, what's going to happen is you're going to click on this little gear icon and you're going to see feature management settings. And you'll have this option of SpecAssist preferences. So as I mentioned before, the first thing you're going to want to determine is when you want these alternatives to generate for any project, for any quick spec, or any masters. You don't need to choose any of them, because the truth is, once the features turn on live for your firm, they can choose to click what's called the SpecAssist button whenever they want. And I will show you what that looks like. Then the next thing you have to look at is the categories. So we already have some categories pre-populated. You can search anything. So for example, if you want to look for floor drains, if you don't have it set up, you would click plus sign, add the preference for the entire organization or for your specific office. I'm going to choose specific firm, the entire organization. And now I'm going to search the category of floor drain. So if you've been on the spec tool before, you know that watts would be our basis of design, but you can choose anyone. And this list is going to be specific to your, specific to the manufacturers that could be in that. So we'll maybe add Zurn, maybe we'll add Josam, and maybe we will add J.R. Smith. So what this is going to do is that the next time you specify a floor drain on our system, the written specification is going to essentially say what the Zurn equivalent is, what the Josam equivalent is, what the J.R. Smith equivalent is. And you can even go one step further and say, you know what, you always want J.R. Smith listed first. And you can play around with the ordering that it'll appear in the written documentation. And you would do that for any category that is important to your organization, or any categories that your organization specifies within kind of the 10 to 23. Once you're done that process, what would happen is, I'm going to go back to my dashboard. Now we're talking about any employee or colleague of yours. When they build a specification, they have the choice of adding an alternative, or adding the alternatives that you've approved. So I'm just going to quickly create a quick spec here. We're going to call it show me alts. So as we mentioned, the basis of design is what we have on the system. So I'm just going to choose that floor drain as my category. And I am, it's finished area. I'm going to go ahead and specify a floor drain and add to product. Add product. So very simple. This is probably what you've seen before. When I click complete, now you're going to see this new little button that says SpecAssist. What this is going to do is it's going to automate the alternatives, those 3 brands that I had just previously set up. It's going to add it to my FD1. And when I download my written specification, those names are going to show up on my, on either, like I said, the long spec, the CSI spec, or the short spec. And that's really it.
you're not showing.
Oh, yes, sorry. Okay, there we go. So here's an example where you see down at the bottom, there's the alternatives. And of course, that would be again for the written spec or the short spec. All right.
Also,
And then
if you
if
have
you're
multiple, sorry, I was gonna say, if you have multiple products selected, if you added multiple products to your spec, you can choose which one you wanna add the spec assist to and which one you don't want, or for whatever reason you have, for example.
correct. So, and right now I only had one, but I could have, if I had two, I would have just picked maybe just the drain and not the water heater, and turned on SpecAssist just for that product. Or if in that original setting that we had here, if you had quick spec automatically selected, then that floor drain that I had just chosen as my watts basis of design, it would automatically add those alternatives. All right, so that is a quick demo on how the feature works. And again, the goal here is to save your organization time and to ensure accuracy in terms of the alternatives that are added. So I wanted to take a little bit of time to now talk about things that we're working on. So Mo mentioned earlier today that when you build a project and you select either a water heater or a sump pump, you'll have the option to size it. Now we're taking a little bit further with connecting our hot water sizing actually within the tool. So what you'll be able to do is using some of the ASHRAE standards will help you size your water heater. So if you're going to go tank or tankless, if you need an electric water heater, you'll be able to put in all your design criteria or conditions. So how many fixtures you're going to have so that we can determine your total peak demand. And once you've entered in kind of all of the details, so very similar to what you probably do today, if you use like in the ProSizer from A.O. Smith, any of those tools, the same type of information will happen. You'll be able to calculate the total peak demand, download the sizing information, and then we'll let you know which water heater fits the design criteria, and then physically allow you to make that specification selection so that you can download that written spec, or download that Revit file, or download that water heater schedule. So this you can imagine there's a lot of liability. We need to make sure that we have the sizing right, because nobody wants an oversized water heater. Nobody wants an undersized water heater. So we're still going through the testing of this, but you will probably have an opportunity to see this within the next 90 to 120 days. The other thing that we have been working on, as Mo mentioned, we take a lot of our concepts that we've built out for wholesalers, we test it with them, and we try and bring a version of it to SpecTool. Our auto-quote platform has had AI functionality that reads your construction documents for about 5-6 years now. And we're seeing how we can apply that into our ATS SpecTool. And it's really going to be around being able to chat with the data. So if anybody's been on the SpecTool today, a lot of you probably used the live chat at one point saying, hey, I am looking for a product that is code compliant in BC for a flush valve or a toilet. And you'll be able to chat those questions within our SpecTool application, probably in the next 3 to 6 months. So we're not saying we're taking over the role of an engineer, because I would never trust an AI specification, at least not for the next 5 to 10 years. But we do want to be able to make it easier for you to find the information that you're looking for.
We have it's another question here. Can you access product data within the spec tool without having a specific project? Yes, absolutely. You can. You can for any product that's available on the spec tool, you can access their spec sheets, the manufacturer spec sheet if you want. But you don't have to add a project for it. It's actually one of the reasons why we also have the quick spec option as well, because we're going to ask you any project information. You can create a quick spec. We also have the product catalog right at the top. That option allows you to quickly look into different products, all the products that we have on the tool, without having to create a project or a quick spec or a master. This is just so that you can search for products and you can find their details. And if you want the cut sheets for them, the manufacturer cut sheet, you can also access it as well.
So you'll see here, I'm not even logged into an account. Not only can I still use the filters to search for products, like Mo mentioned, you can find the spec sheets and you can download a specification, a customized specification without logging in. The system is just going to ask you for your email address. And if you have an account, you can do the exact same thing. So I'll show that. All right. So those are the two kind of exciting things that we're working on and the few that we're about to launch. Mo, you want to talk about what options people have on this call for next steps?
Yes, absolutely. So the first thing you just wanted to, there's a last poll question here for you, just to get an idea of what you liked, one of the features that you liked today. But also in terms of next step, you're always welcome to log in to the spec tool with your existing credentials. And if you want to explore just the products available, if you want to create a project or a spec, I know one of the questions we had today was if they can reach out to their account rep to talk about alternatives and SpecAssist. Absolutely, you can always reach out to your account manager to book a demo. We will also reach out to you as well. Live chat, there's always a live person available from our customer success team to help you with your questions. That is Rebecca for the most of the time, and her team. We also have an ATS Learning Hub. It's a great way to find all the previous recordings for all the webinars and sessions that we have done. If you want to watch any of those previous sessions, if you do check out those previous recordings and attend and watch any of those, reach out to your account manager. We'll send you a certificate of attendance as well. But again, thank you all for joining. And if you have any questions at any point, we're more than happy to assist you with your spec request. If you want to talk Blue Jays too, you can always give me a call. We can talk Blue Jays as well.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for attending. We hope you found this informative and you found something new that you might want to try on the spec tool. Thank you again for your time. And I guess we'll give you some minutes back so you can enjoy your lunch.
Awesome. Thanks, everybody.